Starting the stream up. Salute to Knicks Nation. Happy Sunday, everybody. This is Knicks Off-Season Central. Brought to you by the boys at Knicks Post Game Live. CP from Knicks Fan TV. My man J.Ellis from the Nick of Time Show. This is the #1 Knicks fan show on YouTube for the fans, by the fans. On today's episode, we are going to break down the latest news and rumors for the Knicks off-season. So if you're a diehard Knicks fan, hit that subscribe button below and the notification bell so you don't miss anything. Now, J.Ellis, how you feel, my dude? It's been a while, man. I haven't talked to you in a while since that Berman interview. You know what I mean?
It's been a while, but it hasn't been a while.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Been a while, but it has been a while. You know, we still been in touch. But we haven't done the live stream in a couple weeks, man.
I feel rusty. How do we do this again? Like, what's
I had to dust off the console, man. I went on vacation, man. Got a little snorkeling in down in Turks and Caicos, man. It was a nice
snorkel mode?
Yeah. I was swimming with some nice yellowtail snappers, man. It was real nice, man. Real nice.
Oh wow, you on vacation?
Yeah. Absolutely, man. So here's the deal. We're supposed to have Moke Hamilton from The Athletic on. You might be running a little bit delayed. So the show must go on, as they say, J.Ellis. You know what I mean? We got a big off season coming up. This week's news, I mean, listen, bro, depending on how you read into it, wasn't so good for us, man. It wasn't so good for us. The fan base is starting to, internalize, rationalize some alternatives after what we heard. But that's why we here, JLs. This is why we here, to connect with the fan base. So call us up, 657-383-1509. We want to hear your thoughts on everything. JLs, before we get into the topic, we are waiting on Moke, but we have a blockbuster announcement to make.
Oh, yeah.
This Wednesday, Ian Begley, the woes of Knicks talk. The equivalent of getting Kevin Durant in the media realm. We got him.
We got him, damn it.
Ian Begley is coming on the show Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Set that dial. Do not miss it.
Facts.
Hey, man.
Hit that like button just for that.
Hit that thumbs up button for your boys.
Just for that announcement, damn it.
Just for that. Ian Begley is coming on the show. We had Berman on the post on the show Monday. Yep. That was a great interview, great podcast. If you guys haven't seen it, hit the icon at the top right of your screen and you'll see it. This Wednesday, Ian Begley is in the building, taking your calls, taking your questions. Let's go.
Oh, man. I can't wait, man. I can't wait to talk to Ian, the GOAT of NY Media. I love what he's doing at SNY, man.
Big things.
SNY version of Ian is pretty dope.
Big things.
I can't wait to ask him some cool questions and see his insight of what's going on with the Knicks and Kyrie rumors and just the state of where the Knicks head is at.
Yeah. We need answers, J.Ellis.
Yeah, we do.
We need answers. It's a good time to have them. This is a good time to have them because we are 3 weeks away from free agency.
Yeah.
10 days away from the draft, more or less, 11 days away from the draft. But this week, we hearing some news about Kyrie Irving, some rumors about Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, man.
That he's leading towards the Nets. We knew the Nets were going to put themselves in position to get some max contracts in this offseason. We knew that.
I said there was a threat, CP. I said.
You did say that, man. So now that it's been realized, and they got rid of Alan Crabb and his ridiculous contract.
With 2 first rounders.
Be clear.
Yeah.
And now we're hearing rumors towards Kyrie, man. What's your take on these Kyrie rumors so far?
First and foremost, I just want everybody in general to stay calm. You know what I mean? Stay calm. It's not best case scenario. The best case scenario would be 2 max free agents. But I'll say if Kyrie does end up going to the Nets, it will not be the end of the world. I'm gonna just start with that. I'll just start with that. But I think that I think he was always a threat, but at the end of the day, KD is still the big fish we want. So even if Kyrie does end up going to the Nets, the hope still is you pull KD and you convince him to be the magnet to bring somebody else into the fold.
That's the hope, man. That's the hope. The hope is, and we talked to Berman about this on the podcast. The hope is that he can get somebody else. Who is that somebody? Because I think my fear in this whole thing is that there could be a domino effect here. If Kyrie goes to Brooklyn, what happens if the Raptors win the chip? Right?
Right.
Does Kawhi stay now? Does KD stay now? What's KD thinking?
Yeah, there's a lot of different scenarios that kids can play, man.
It's a lot of scenarios, man.
A lot of scenarios. Because you also heard the rumor that if KD and Golden State ends up losing, he might end up staying in Golden State. We heard that rumor as well.
Yep.
But if it's true that he still wants to go to the Knicks and Kyrie is off the table, and we also heard some rumblings that Kemba might not want to come to NY, then we're looking at the Pelicans, and we might be even more eager to trade with the Pelicans.
See, that's what I'm trying to avoid, bro. I'm trying to avoid that at all costs. Do not make a panic move by just trying to save face, trying to win the back pages. If the Nets make a splash here and KD doesn't come, do not make a panic move and just toss everything out and it makes no sense. Do not just try to toss everything out the window for Anthony Davis, bro.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not saying not to engage with the Pelicans. That's not what I'm saying at all.
Yeah.
But I don't want to negotiate from a point of view of desperation. You know what I'm saying?
Bingo.
When you're negotiating from the point of view of desperation,
you get fleeced.
A la the Carmelo Anthony trip.
Yeah.
Like if we're not super pressed to find KD a partner, then we actually might be able to get, a decent package, if anything. And depending on if everybody else wants to really throw in their kitchen sink for AD or not. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, man. And Berman, again, made that point that we've been making. And David Griffin just got that job with the Pelicans. He wants to keep that job. He wants to make a splash. You're replacing a top 5, top 10 player in the league, a franchise cornerstone. You have to get a mega package for him. And we can't look at Masai Ujiri. If the Raptors win the championship, one of the people he has to call is Glenn Grunwald and say, Glenn, remember that stupid trade you made by taking Bargnani off our hands?
Don't remind me. I said don't remind me. I said, yep.
If the Raptors win a championship, please send a ring to Glenn Grunwald.
Exactly.
The dumbest GM in Knicks history. One of them.
Exactly. That's exactly what we're talking about. We do not want to repeat one of those moves, man. We definitely do not want to repeat one of those.
Can't do it.
We can't do it.
Can't do it.
I'm hoping Ninja P can actually stay pat. I know I've heard rumblings that I'm saying it like I'm inside. I've heard rumblings. When I say I heard rumblings, I mean I've heard it from other media.
Hey, we got sources now, man. It's all right. It's all right.
I have sources?
Yeah, we got sources now, man.
You got sources, me and Bondi?
Yeah.
But anyway, I've heard rumblings. What show was I watching? I feel like everybody was posting this clip on this.
Which one?
Where the Knicks were actually talking about if we do not get a big free agent, what to do then. I guess that goes into the Plan B conversation.
Yeah.
I know. Do you want to hold off on that conversation?
Yeah. Let's hold off on that conversation.
Okay.
Yeah. Listen, man. Why would Kyrie want to go to the Nets, man? Why the Nets?
That's the thing. Like, he is from Jersey, dog. He is from Jersey, even though he played ball in New York. He's from Jersey, so he might have that dual loyalty. Like, he loves New York, but he also grew up in a place where the Nets originally was. So he might have a tie there. That might be why he's dead set on going to the Nets. Or just the fact that his name has been in the media so much and he's wants to be so bad that he doesn't want to be the one to be a follower. He got away from LeBron James to be a leader, not a follower.
Yeah, but then you see he quickly regretted it, man.
Right.
He quickly regretted it when they wasn't falling in line in Boston.
Yeah, but he regretted it because it didn't work in Boston. But, you know, his mentality might be, well, it didn't work in Boston.
Yeah.
I'm not going to quit trying to be a leader. I'm just going to try again somewhere else where I can try to rewrite my own narrative. So that's what could be what's going on. And maybe in his mind, following KD to New York would be more of the same. I'm being a follower now.
I'm just hoping it's not the Nets, man. We can't get them no more glory, J.Ellis. The fan base is getting ratchety. They're getting rambunctious right now. All right? I had a guy come in my comment section talking about this is now Brooklyn Nets fan TV.
Lord.
You know what I'm saying?
Is he blocked yet?
No, he's not blocked. He actually subscribed to the channel. So that should tell you something. That should tell you something right there. Man. Shout out James from Flatbush. You know, he's
James from come on, James.
No, it wasn't James from Flatbush. It was another guy. But you know, I say that to say, man, the Nets fans are getting real rambunctious out here, man.
Yeah, man, the chest has been out for a little bit.
Chest has been out. Let's go to the phones. Our guy Will from LI, he wants to talk about this Kyrie situation. Will, break it down. Will's got his digital notepad here where he's plotting out free agency scenarios.
You got a spreadsheet for Kyrie.
I got listen. If you guys saw the top of the spreadsheet, there was a question mark by Kyrie, but it was strictly KD.
You're absolutely right.
I've been following KD's every move. If this man pees, I know what color it is. Okay, I've been following his every move.
Oh,
Kyrie, he on some incognito stuff. Nobody knows what this man is thinking. Listen, y'all, I love Kyrie. Okay, I say all the time. I remember when I went to the Garden and we were going up against the Cavs. He had that black mask, and that man dropped like 40 or something on us.
Yeah.
Ever since then, I've been infatuated with Kyrie. I want him. Listen, we get KD, great. We get Kyrie. That's the first jersey I'm buying. I love that guy. This is out of control. You got me, and no offense to anybody that's from Williamsburg, Brooklyn, or whatever, but you got all these Williamsburg people now, all of these people in Brooklyn just acting crazy. This would hurt more than him going to the Celtics. I would rather him stay on the Celtics.
Oh yeah,
than come to Brooklyn.
Yeah,
definitely.
I do not want to see it. This is just such a Kyrie thing for him to do. When he thinks he's gonna go right, he goes left. You know,
it's true.
Ultimately, this is how I see. This is how I feel about it. If Kyrie goes to the Nets, we gotta. I mean, I know you guys already got to. I think you guys got to talk about later. So we got to put in all our efforts into Kawhi Leonard. We gotta wine, climb, and dine him from start to finish. We gotta try to make something work because the reports are that Kemba doesn't want to come either, and it's looking kind of thin. So that's all my point on it. Listen, I love the interview by Mark that you guys did with Mark. I love you guys' show. Keep it up. I'm going to get off the line because I know you guys probably got calls on the line.
Appreciate you, Will.
Man, keep it up. But that was my input.
Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate it, man.
All right, y'all.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, on our podcast with Berman, you know, he did state. See, this is the thing. You know, it was so interesting, the timing of the Kawhi Leonard rumor or assumption by the media. It was like as soon as the Kyrie thing hit, then all of a sudden the back pages was like, well, the Knicks want to go get Kawhi Leonard. And yeah, we did talk about that with Berman on the podcast, and you know, clearly they obviously they're gonna want to talk to arguably the best player in the league right now. Dude is a damn assassin right now, J.Ellis.
Oh yeah, he's a monster. That is the robot. He is living up to his robot name.
Yeah. Absolute robot. Man.
Unreal, not human.
Absolute robot, man. I mean, the dude is just doing things that his mid-range is eerily similar to MJ, bro. I don't like to put those type of blasphemous claims on the GOAT, But this dude is a monster, bro.
Hey, Max Kellerman, is that you?
I hate to sound like Max Kellerman, man, but the Claw is an absolute animal, man, and I'm taking great pleasure in him putting a dagger in Golden State's heart right now.
Yes and no. Like it's hard. This is rough, man. Because everything in my soul wants the Raptors to win, but at the same time, the fact that the Golden State losing can cost us KD in the long run is making this painful.
Yeah.
The only time I've ever rooted for Golden State in my entire life, and they're losing right now.
yeah, right. Yo, listen, this is a well-oiled Raptors machine, man. This is a well-oiled machine. So you think that that this KD will have some sort of change of heart or some sort of sympathy when they move into the new stadium and they say, KD, we didn't finish the job. We want to get you another ring. You think that may have an impact on him staying in Golden State?
I think so. Like I don't know 100% sure because I'm not KD.
Right.
But I want to cross all my T's and dot all my I's. If you heard me a few shows ago, I said before every Knicks fan should be secretly rooting for the Golden State Warriors. I said that like a month and a half ago.
Yeah. True.
And now it's being repeated, but it's like naturally you're thinking, okay, LeBron will have 3 rings, he will have 3 rings, so he'll at least have that in his pocket and a peace of mind.
Right.
And be missing would be to get his own team and make his own team look good. It'll be something knocked off the checklist. So yeah, man, like there could be something to it. I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I want to be wrong so bad, but I'm scared. I'm hoping there's something to it. But we'll see what happens, man. Hopefully he'll just want to come to NY just to rebuild his brand, get the money, and get that respect.
Yeah, I hear you, man. What do you guys think of the chat, man? What do you think? Do you think if the Raptors win, do you see that impacting KD's potential decision in free agency? Clearly, we don't know, but what do you guys think? What do you guys think, man? Shout out to everybody in the chat right now. Hit that thumbs up button for your boys. Once again, this is Knicks Off Season Central. CP from Knicks Fan TV. My man J.Ellis from the Nick of Time Show. Waiting on Moke Hamilton from The Athletic to join us.
All right.
If you guys are just now joining, Ian Begley of SNY, ESPN, will be joining us Wednesday at 8 p.m. So make sure you guys, like I said, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so that you don't miss that show. Let's shout out some people in the chat. J.Ellis, Robert Paris, what's going on? Valentine Outlaw, how's everything? Robin, how's everything? Pierce Crossley, what's going on? Eddie Roldan, what's going on? J.Ellis, who you got on your end?
Man, I got Chris Dada was good.
What up, Chris?
Banger 75 was good. Adrian Burnett was good. Jamila Peters was good, man. I got like all like the regulars ain't really repping today, but it's all good. I got some other people's in here.
Easy Wins, what's going on? The Shells, what's going on, man? Salute to everybody. What's going on? Where you guys checking in from, man? Put your city in the chat so that we know where you guys are calling in from, and we can shout you guys out. Let's go back to the phones. Our guy Ari wants to join us and talk about free agency, man. Ari, how you feeling, bro? Yep.
You there, Ari?
I don't know. We don't have Ari. Let's go to CP the artist. He thinks KD stays in Golden State.
My man, my brothers.
CP,
J.Ellis,
what's going on, bro?
CP, what up?
How you feeling, man?
Chilling. I'm great. All right, I wanted to calm you guys down on why KD isn't coming to the Knicks and why Kyrie is making his decision to go to Brooklyn. Everything changed the moment KD got injured.
Yep.
And from a lot of perspective is he has a torn tendon. What do you call it? Achilles tendon. So, you're right. The smartest thing for KD in a business sense
is to stay with Golden State for one more year, because since he has a torn most likely has a torn Achilles tendon, he's going to be out, and it's going to affect his free agency. So my point is that KD and Kyrie talk. He probably dropped the bad news to Kyrie and was like, "Hey, I'm hurt." So that's when Kyrie made his decision to go to Brooklyn, because now New York is off the table because KD's not coming with him.
Yeah.
So
I don't know
reason.
if he has that Achilles though, because you would have seen him in like a boot on some crutches or something. I think people in the chat saying that he's practicing with the team. So I don't know. I think it is. I think it is more severe than they're making it out to be. But I
heard torn calf.
Right, torn calf.
A torn calf. But if you look at the injury itself and what he looked like he got shot, and they say that's the main
sign, main
way
sign.
You kind of like think, okay, sign and thing. And then the thing is that the last time he played was the Houston series. We're going on 2 months. A strained calf. I strained a calf once. I was out maybe like 2 weeks. And and for him to not be able to play in the NBA Finals, it leads me, and for Kyrie to want to go to Brooklyn, it leads me to say, look, I believe that this is probably this is way more serious than any of us know, and this was a decision that Kyrie made, because he knows the severity of his injury.
Okay, breaking news. The chat is saying that Yahoo News just reported 4 minutes ago that KD is practicing.
Okay. All right, so not as severe as we thought. And CP the artist, appreciate the call, man. So not as severe as we thought. I mean, J.Ellis, they could very well be planning to come to the Nets, man. Who knows, Who knows, man? And that's why I was hoping to get Moke in here to get his thoughts on what he's hearing in terms of this Nets speculation. I don't see how the Nets plan to make D'Angelo and Kyrie work though. I don't see that
working. That's gonna be a disaster, yo.
I feel like that's just a smoke screen to make D'Angelo happy, but I think they're really trying to get him out of there and maybe get KD and Jimmy Butler in there or something.
The first time he pulls his phone out, that's gonna be a disaster.
Yeah, I don't see them doing Kyrie and D'Angelo. That makes no sense from a defensive standpoint either.
There's a whole host of problems with D'Angelo, Kyrie. Besides the the volatileness of those two together.
Yeah,
it's just the playing style and fitting those two guys together. And it's like, I don't know about that.
Right. All right, let's see if Ari's ready. I think Ari's back. Ari, what's good, bro?
Hey, what's up, man? You guys hear me?
Yep, loud and clear, man.
Yep.
How you feeling?
All right. I'm feeling good. Sorry, my phone was on mute before by accident.
Okay.
I'm feeling all right. I actually tore my Achilles tendon, and I can tell you right now that the way it works is that when you tear your tendon, if you don't get surgery as soon as possible, the tendon rolls up your calf, and it makes it harder to come back. So there's no way Kevin Durant tore his Achilles because he'd be in a boot, or he would have had surgery already. So it's definitely not a torn Achilles.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So let's get that out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Besides that, I'm actually kind of liking this Nets talk, and I'll be honest with you. I thought the Knicks talk was getting too hot, and I thought it was making me too uncomfortable. When you tell someone,
it was, man. I was embarrassed. By it, for real. I'm not gonna lie.
When you tell somebody you're gonna do this, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do this, every instinct in your body wants you to do the opposite thing, just because you don't want to be told what you're gonna do, right? So I'm actually kind of like happy that this Knicks talk has died down a little bit. There's no this Nets talk. I'm really not scared of this Nets talk. I don't think they have any advantage over the Knicks in anything besides how they played last year, which means nothing.
And my thing too is, and sorry not to cut you off, Ari. My thing too about the Nets is that they still have to renounce a lot of their players. So if you're gonna tell me that you're gonna cut half the team that you made the playoffs with, and you're still left with, okay, Dinwiddie, nice player, I like him. LeVert, nice player, I like him. Joe Harris, nice him. I mean, Jared Allen. I mean, is it that much crazier than what we could be building here?
Nah.
It's a good team. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to be, I'm not trying to discredit what they are, but if you have to give away half your team to make it happen, I don't see how much greater they can be than we can.
Right, and it's also like, everybody always talks about like, how incompetent the Knicks front office is. Let's not forget that the Brooklyn Nets gave 7 draft picks away to the Boston Celtics for old-ass Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett, all right? So it's like they also paid Alan Crabb $17 million, had to basically give up 2 first-round draft picks just to get out of Alan Crabb's deal. They have no assets in the future. Karis LeVert's getting paid $2.5 million right now. Next year or in a year, I think he has a team option, or in a year or two, he's going to get paid a lot more than that. That's going to eat up a lot of their salary cap. So the argument that the Brooklyn Nets have no advantage over the Knicks, the only advantage the Brooklyn Nets have over the Knicks is if you're afraid of the media and you don't want to get ripped if you lose, then maybe you go to Brooklyn. I think it's a coward's move personally.
There we go.
But that's just my opinion. And I do not see Kevin Durant in any way, shape, or form going to the Brooklyn Nets. I mean, the guy seems to be so sensitive. If he comes to the Nets, his own city is going to hate him because everybody's a Knicks fan. I don't know. I mean, CPJs, you know any Nets fans over the age of 15? I don't.
Listen, in all fairness, I know a few, man, but I can't respect that move, man. I can't respect that move, man.
No,
KD, you're right.
I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't know.
You're right. You're right. If KD goes to the Nets, the trolling he'll get from Knicks fans is going to be crazy.
Yeah. They won't hear the end
Oh,
of it.
forget about it. Yeah, and also the thing, like I said on Stephen A. on Friday, people, and I'll get off the phone right after this, but there's more to the pitch than just Manhattan, the Garden, pave your own legacy. Like, out of all the teams that have 2 max free agent spots open, I think it's us, the Clippers, and the Nets. We're the only one with 7 draft picks and young talent to basically build around these players in the subsequent years. That's it, all right? Mm-hmm. So it's not just about where you're playing; it's about winning, and that's the end of it. So I think Knicks fans, we got to just relax. I don't think we should be putting out this negative energy about Dolan. I don't know what Stephen A.'s doing.
Oh yeah,
talking
that's
about
crazy.
James Dolan, Mikhail Prokhorov, the owner of the Nets, has probably killed people. He's a Russian oligarch. No one's talking about it. No one cares about the Nets. You know what I mean? Like, what are we talking about?
Yo, this is my guy,
just chill
man.
And just let the process happen.
There we go, Ari. Appreciate you, bro.
We'll do trust in Nisha P.
There we go,
problem,
man.
Guys.
Appreciate it, man. That is Ari, the resident attorney.
Yeah,
/ voice of reason for the fan base. That's my.
We should
that's
have
our
like
guy,
a call of
man.
the day or something, yo.
Yeah, I gotta play. If we get some more time at the end of this, I don't know if some of you heard, but Ari and Stephen A. clashed about a week ago. And that was pretty funny, man. I gotta pull it up on my phone or download the video.
What was I?
Yeah, this was 2 weeks ago. While I was on vacation, Ari sent me the link to it. Him and Stephen A. Yeah, him and Stephen A. clashed a little bit. So that was pretty funny, man. Yeah, I don't know where Stephen A. is going now with this Dolan thing. They've got to stop rinse and repeating the Dolan narrative, talking about, if the Knicks don't get these free agents, Dolan needs to sell the team.
What the? Yeah, shut up.
Shut up.
Shut up, Stephen. Yo, I respect Stephen A.'s hustle and what he's done for the ESPN but like, dog, he's supposed to be a Knicks fan. Like, why do you keep making it hot and then cold and then hot again? Like, chill. Like, come on, man.
It's ridiculous, J.Ellis, man. It is absolutely absurd, But this is what we have to deal with, man.
Yeah, I'm tired of the Dolan narrative. Dolan don't even show up. Like, Dolan's playing a harmonica somewhere, traveling. Like, he's not that involved.
It's really not that serious, man. I think. Listen, man. As long as Dolan is cutting the checks, we should have a shot.
Yes.
I don't know. We should have a shot, man.
Exactly. Just be the pen you're supposed to be.
That's
and
it.
Move out the way.
Cut the checks and get out the way, man. Shout out to everybody in the chats. What's going on? Salute to everybody. Happy Sunday. This is Off Season Central. CP from Knicks Fan TV. My man J.Ellis from the Nick of Time Show. This is where we're breaking down the latest Knicks news and rumors of the week. If you're a diehard Knicks fan, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Let's check in, see where everybody tuning in from. Matthew's tuning in from Argentina. J.Ellis.
All right.
International love we got in here, man. Shout out to Matthew from Argentina.
See you, Matt.
We see you, brother. We got people from all over the world here. Let me just scroll through. Shout out some more people. And talk you guys off the ledge a little bit. You know, you could sense the angst in the fan base, J.Ellis. You could sense the
Instagram
angst.
is lit. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
It's lit right now, man.
Arguments going over there.
Yeah, you can sense the angst. This is a tough time. Eddie Suarez from the Bronx. What's going on, Eddie? Jason Edwards, Bushwick, Brooklyn.
All right.
Jason, hold it down for us out there. If you see any rambunctious Nets fans, just slap them up a little bit. We'll pay you. We'll pay you legal fees.
Pay your legal fees.
Somebody in the chat said prayers up for Zab Judah. What happened to Zab Judah? Did you hear anything?
Nah.
I didn't hear anything, man. Somebody in the chat, if you could let us know what happened to Zab Judah. DJ Cash, New Jersey. What's going on, DJ Cash?
All right, and my Giants over here from Orlando, Florida. I see you.
Okay. Shout out Florida. We got London in the building. Lee Bloxham. Shout out to London.
All right.
Sacktown, Delray Beach. Global, JLs. We are a global brand right now, man.
Florida's in here today, Roger.
Shout out Roger, man.
Lake Park.
Okay. Let's go up to Rochester. Let's talk to Nate. He wants to talk about what the Knicks pitch to Kyrie should be. Nate, how you feeling, bro?
What up, man? It's been a minute since I called, so, one second.
How you feeling, bro?
Yeah, I'm actually feeling pretty good about free agency. I just want to get into this real quick. So, everything that I've seen with the Knicks free agency pitch is kind of related to, what we don't have. But, it's just, not what we don't have. How do I say it? It's not related to basketball. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, we're selling them on, the Garden. We're selling them on, the City, Fame, and stuff. But, if they're trying to go for winning, Kyrie, I don't see how the Nets are, a viable option. Because if Kyrie's just going there for personal reasons, then, all this doesn't really matter. But if it's just Kyrie and D'Lo and, Jared Allen, they're basically the Trailblazers East. And, I think it's, a worse version of them. You can't really win with, a small guard that, leading the helmet. We're kind of seeing that in, the Warriors, right now without KD. Because Steph Curry, even though he's great, he's having trouble dealing with, that long defense. And, Milwaukee, I think, still better. All right. Milwaukee's still better. I would say Philly is still better than, the Nets. So, I don't know why Kyrie would go there.
Yeah, I mean, listen. They nothing's been in stone, and they certainly haven't built out their team even on paper yet. So I can't necessarily say who's better, who's not. But to your point and to what Ari's point is that, if we're going off of the future, we have more in potential assets, to me, that can get us over the hump in terms of building a better, longer-term, sustainable team than the Nets can. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, we have the most first-round picks out of anyone right now.
Yeah.
So, and we have a third pick coming up right now this season. So, come on, man. We're in a much better position.
And also, I think something that's underrated. We still have the potential to trade for AD. I don't see any way the Nets could really go for it. They're nowhere near in the running.
Yeah, but the thing is,
I think that's something also.
The thing is, I feel like that's just, and we're gonna get into Plan B. I just feel like the AD thing is just a panic move, man. I don't want to just do that. If you're talking about getting Kevin Durant in here, maybe, but just a standalone move, I'm not with it. I'm not with it.
So I mean, as a standalone move, no, but. If we do sign Kyrie, or even if we sign to Jimmy Butler, this is something I know a lot of people don't agree with. I still think Jimmy Butler should be discussed. But if we're going with at least one free agent, I think them plus AD, because I think AD is he's a real superstar. I think he could be the best player on a championship team. I think if we get at least two of those, we can move forward with that. I wouldn't be super mad if we got KD, didn't get KD. But I don't think it's a panic move because our assets right now, it's they're not AD. They're never going to be AD. Our future assets aren't going to be high first-round picks besides R.J. Barrett. That's the only caveat. Because if R.J. can be like a superstar, I can see why we would be hesitant to trade him. But I'm not as high as others, so
yeah,
I can see that. But I think AD, if there's a player of that caliber available, you go for that. There's no reason not to. Like, Melo is not KD. Oh, not KD.
But
right?
I
He's
get
not KD.
it.
He's
But
not AD either. No disrespect to Melo.
I'm not comparing the players, J.Ellis, but all I'm saying is that you're going to go dump the team now to bring Anthony Davis in and then say, now we got to build a team?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing.
What are we dumping, though? Are we...
I mean, we don't know.
I don't want to, like, because I think they could be pieces. So, like, we don't know now, but we know what AD is. I'm just saying it's something that should be considered by free agents. I can totally understand why we want to stick with our young assets. But yeah, it's a difference of opinion. I'm not mad at either way we go. I'm just going to trust the front office.
I hear you, Nate. Go ahead, J.Ellis.
No, I mean, in reality, though, like, AD won't be the first domino. So I don't even think that has to even be a worry about, like, oh, we're just going to straight for AD and nobody else. Knicks aren't doing that. AD would not be the first domino to fall to the Knicks if that scenario happened. Like, the first domino would be KD before anything else happened. KD or Kawhi. Those are the first two dominoes. After KD and Kawhi, if those two things don't happen, I don't think AD is coming, because that means the pressure will be on us to resign him, and I don't see him resigning here if he doesn't have any help, seeing as, you know, he'll just be carrying the load here like he was when he was with the Pelicans. So
good point.
I'm not really worried about the Knicks just signing AD straight out and then leaving it and then seeing what happens. I don't think that's just gonna happen.
Yeah, good point. I don't think they could get an AD trade off if you're just telling him to come here by himself. He might as well just stay in New Orleans with Zion and Drew Holiday and them. You know, it wouldn't make any sense. Or just go to the Lakers. You know, that means the Lakers easily win the AD sweepstakes.
Right. I feel like AD's only even interested in coming here because of the rumors. I feel like he might know some of the rumors because, you know, the NBA players, they all know each other and they all talk. So he might know what's up. Like, players might be interested in coming here, and he sees what Biz and Mills and them are doing.
Yeah. I agree, man.
I'm not worried about it that much.
I agree with that. Appreciate the call, Nate. Appreciate the call. Salute to everybody in Knicks Nation. J.Ellis, they said that Zab Judah, I guess he boxed last night. I don't know why he's still boxing to begin with. Yeah. But they said something like he's in a coma with bleeding in his brain, man.
Wow. Wow.
Crazy, man. Salute to Zab Judah, man. Speedy recovery. Guys gotta hang it up, man. Do something else.
Yeah, man. God bless him, but man, he should stopped a long time ago.
Yeah, man.
But I guess when it's in your blood, it's in your blood.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you, but yeah, you gotta hang the gloves up, buddy.
Word.
Yeah, hopefully he pulls through. Hopefully he pulls through. Let's go to shout out to everybody in the chats. Once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Hit that subscribe. Make sure you guys stay in tune with us. We got Ian Begley coming in on Wednesday.
Begs.
Brand is getting brolic. We just had Mark Berman of the New York Post. What you guys think of the Berman podcast? What do you guys think of that Berman podcast, man?
I like that. I liked when I asked him about Bondi. He didn't duck it.
He didn't duck. Yeah, that's one thing.
I asked him specifically about Bondi, and he was like, no.
Yeah, he didn't duck any questions, and we asked him, you know, what's his opinion on Knicks Twitter? You know, the beef between the fans and the media. You know, the fans come at these guys, and he was straight up about it. He was straight up about it.
I'm gonna upload the interviews soon as well too.
Yeah, definitely upload it on your channels as well, man. I thought it was a pretty good interview.
Yeah, definitely good interview.
I thought it was a pretty good interview, man. Definitely shout out to Mark Berman for that.
Yeah, it was cool to be a part of something like that. That was really good.
Yeah. You know, I found me and him had a conversation a long time ago, like many years ago, on the way home from a game. And I saw him again at the Mitch autograph signing, and I was like, "Yo, you know, can you come on the show? We want to talk off season, whatnot." And yeah, he was more than willing. And that was the same day I ran into Ian Begley as well. So you just never know. You never know who you're gonna run into, man. So
that's a fact. Y'all wish I could have got off work to go to that Mitch thing, dog.
Yeah,
Work's been kicking my butt, yo. When it gets busy, I can't do nothing.
Yeah.
I'm glad you got to go there though.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good look. Definitely a good look, man. So, shout out to Mark Berman and Ian Begley. I guess they see the value of the channel and to come on and have an opportunity to talk with the fans. What more can we ask for, man? Stand up guys.
I'm really excited about the game one. I'm really
The Begley one's gonna be great, man. The Begley one's gonna be a good one, man. I think that'll be a good show.
It'd be cool to see if you guys have some questions to ask during the show too. That'd be cool.
Absolutely, man. So here was an interesting post I've seen on Instagram. This is from Knicks Wave, and it says, "What scenario is more likely?" I also put the scenarios in the fan poll at the top right. So it says, "What scenario is more likely? Knicks signing just KD and a max free agent, KD and trade for AD, or strike out?" Based on this week's news, strike out was the most popular answer. But what do you think, J.Ellis? Where are you at right now?
I don't know, dog. Like I'll say I don't see KD coming by himself. Mm-hmm. That's the one thing I just don't see. That's why when the KD news started like a while ago, I wasn't really on the bandwagon because I didn't feel like we had enough for 2 max free agents. So that one is out. I still feel like I'll say KD and a max. I still have hope.
I still got hope, man.
I still have hope for KD and a max.
I still got hope. I'm going B. I'm going KD and Kyrie. I think it's all a smoke screen. I think there's going to come a time where we're going to have the press conference, 2 of them in Knicks uniform.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying, man. That's all.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I feel like it's B.
Yeah.
I'm really curious. Like the way the Knicks kind of seem like they championed keeping the young core together. I really don't know where their head is at when it comes to the AD situation.
Yeah.
Because when the Knicks were talking about having Zion on the team, it seems like they weren't willing to trade Zion for AD at all. So now that Zion is off the table and it's most likely RJ, I don't know if that's still their same stance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm still foggy about C. Not saying it won't happen, but I don't know. I don't know what side of the fence they're on. It can go either way.
Right. Yeah, no, I hear that, man. I hear that. I mean, I think, Nate was saying, well, none of these guys on the team is AD, and we're going to get to the phones in a second, but as a plan B, my dude, yes, I would be disappointed if we don't get 2 max players. Don't get me wrong. We went through this whole 82-game season, finished as the worst team. It was a long year, my dude. It was a long year.
It was long, yeah.
So naturally, you want some excitement back. You want to have something proud that you could stand on right away. We want that instant gratification. We live in an instant gratification world, right? So obviously we want those 2 max free agents, even though the windows of winning don't align with our young players. We just want to see something cool that we could be proud of.
Yeah, exactly. No one likes to watch losing day in and day out.
Right. But at the end of the day, it's a different situation where, we have some pieces, man, of 18 and 19-year-old players that still need some grooming and development, right? I mean, I would still rock with a lineup of DSJ, RJ, Knox.
Yeah.
Maybe sign a 4. Can you get a Julius Randle on a 1-year deal? I don't know. And maybe a Mitch at the 5.
Like, if we go back to the night when KP was traded, and I sat up here and said, listen, man, it's not going to be the end of the world.
Yeah.
If we don't get 2 max free agents. I was ecstatic at the move because we can get 2 max free agents. But even if we don't, we're still set up for the future. We still have all these draft picks, and flexibility is everything.
Yes.
The fact that we have flexibility gives us a lot more options. We can sign some veteran players to win a few more games this season and make it a little bit more watchable. We can do that. We can trade for 1-year expiring contracts and have the team attached more first round picks so that we can even hoard those
Yes.
and pick more guys, or start putting some picks together for a trade. So like we can go
a lot of different
other
ways.
different ways.
A lot of different ways, man. And I'm optimistic. Like you said, we have options. Yes, it's not the instant right away, but we always know that you can't chase free agency. You can't chase a free agency. It's never worked. It never works out for us. Look at the two teams that are in the finals now. How long did it take for Golden State? Yes, Steph Curry, greatest shooter in the history of the league. How long did it take for them to groom him, for him to get over his injuries, and build that team into a contender? That was 7 years, J.Ellis.
Yeah, it was a while.
It was 7 years. Look at the Raptors. They drafted DeRozan in, 2010-ish, right? That was the same year we have Jordan Hill. Terrible name to mention. Not right? So now we in 2019. That's 9 years of development, losing to LeBron and them, and then finally taking a risk, pulling the trigger with the help of the Knicks. Glenn Grunwald sucks. And getting Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah.
That's 9 years, bro.
And they wouldn't suck all 9 years, you know what I'm saying? Because they were in the mix.
There you go. There you go. That's 9 years where they had to get DeRozan. They had to trade for Lowry. They drafted Van Vliet. They traded for Serge. They traded for Marc Gasol. I believe they drafted Anunoby and Siakam. You know, they was rolling with Valanciunas for so long. That was 9 years from the time they brought in DeRozan to now being on the verge of winning the championship. It takes time, bro.
Definitely takes time right now, man. And really right now, we can just evaluate these guys, figure out who can be the great role player right now. You know what I'm saying? And then at a certain point, when we have enough assets, we can then figure out which role players you want to keep, get an all-star here to take us over the hump or two, and then see what happens. Or maybe one will come for the draft. Who knows? It's always, it could be a mix. There's a lot of ways to skin a cat.
Hey, man, I'm all for it, man. I'm all for the young guys line up. Let's see what these guys can do with a little bit of development and see what happens. I'm not trying to, hedge my bets for taking an L.
Right.
But, if that's what the chips may be, then that's what it is. Let's see what Will's saying.
Yo, interesting.
You see Will's comment, right?
Yeah, he says Warriors players don't understand why Kevin Durant missed Game 4.
Uh-oh.
Warriors players. Which Warriors player? KD, and he says KD is not staying. That's interesting.
Interesting.
There is some little odds on the Warriors that Durant could play in Game 5, and they're adamant about the process here. His trainer, Rick Celebrini, who will make the call.
Interesting. Okay. Here we go again. As TM in the chat says, here we go again.
It's getting smoky. It's getting smoky.
It's getting smoky in there. Yeah, man. Let's go to the phone. Let's go to Puerto Rico, J.Ellis, man. I just came back from the islands. Let's go back to islands. Antonio from Puerto Rico, he wants to talk about Kyrie to the Nets. Antonio, how you feeling, man?
What's up, man? Great program, guys.
Thank you, bro.
Program.
Thank you.
I'm a little bit frustrated. On the Kyrie. Now he's talking about the Nets. And you cannot compare the Nets to the Knicks, man. The mega against Brooklyn. No offense against people from Brooklyn. But, man, the mega's a mega, so the stars go in and see players. And then not only that, Brooklyn just lost 2 first-round draft picks, man. You know?
Yeah.
They don't have too much of a future.
That's what we're saying,
all we got to concentrate is on trying to get AD and KD. If we got those 2 people, man, we can try to stick with Dennis Smith Jr. People don't talk about him. He's just a little baby, man. He's still good. Give him time. He's got a good offensive move. I saw him this year. He's pretty good. So you just got to get lucky and get those 2 stars.
I hear that, man. Appreciate the call, Antonio, man.
Don't take it personal. I'm in Brooklyn, and I agree. I agree.
holding it down in Brooklyn, man. No, Brooklyn's heavy in the chat, man. Brooklyn is heavy in the chat.
Definitely.
Brooklyn's heavy in the chat. Shout out to Antonio from Puerto Rico, man. We global out here, J.Ellis. Come on, man.
Yeah, we out here, man.
Global, man. Global.
Sure.
Absolutely, man. The Shells in the chat says he likes DSJ. Shout out to Kenneth Lane.
Yeah, I like, it's all about fit right now, man. Like, there's certain players who are good, but I'm not sure if they fit with the current team we have. They have to really see who draft, who's left standing when everything's said and done. I feel like DSJ is probably one of the best guards we had last season, but
he's talented. DSJ was talented. He certainly showed a lot of flashes. We know what his weaknesses are.
Shooting.
Right. Shooting efficiency.
Yeah, 20% three.
Defense.
Yeah, that too. But his defense wasn't even that bad last year. I gotta give him that. His shooting was surprisingly worse than I thought it was.
Yeah, his shooting was pretty bad. His shooting was really bad.
His defense was better than I thought it would be.
And getting and shape. Henry in the chat, getting into shape, getting it. Yeah. And you know what? You know what can help that? A veteran point guard who can be a good mentor for him. Veteran point guard. Maybe a Rondo. Maybe we could get a Rondo on a 1-year deal. I thought Rondo should have been here like 2 years ago.
I thought that too, man. I was pulling for Rondo to be here instead of Jared Jack back in the day.
Yeah,
I did like that what Jack did when he was here, but
Rondo should have been here instead of Jared Jack.
I was pulling for Rondo for sure.
Absolutely, man.
That's definitely a viable option too, considering he is 2-3 with the Lakers.
Yep. Yeah, he's through. You saw what he said about LeBron and them, right? He completely aired the Lakers' dirty laundry out, like, real quick.
Oh, nah, I missed that part.
Oh, to Rick Bucher. He was like, playing for LeBron is like, he was basically doing the analogy where, like, these young players, they looked at LeBron as their idol, and then all of a sudden LeBron's ready to trade every single one of them from the team to get Anthony Davis. It's a cold world in this NBA life, man. I'm glad we're just fans to talk about it, man, because
hell yeah.
That it is an unforgiving, cold world, man.
Oh yeah, it is no joke, man. Especially if you live in it, you have a family and a house, and also you trying to get traded.
Yeah,
like the day before, like from your idol.
I'm telling you, that's terrible.
Your idol? Nuts.
Terrible. Shout out to Eon Don. He says DMV in the building. Shout out to the DMV, everybody down there. Freddie Gonzalez checking in from Orlando. Shout out to Freddie. We had some super chats as well, JL. Shout out to Robert Parrish for the super chat. He said, rumors running rampant and no one speaks the truth.
Word.
Fair points.
Definitely like and subscribe to the channel, man.
Absolutely.
Like and subscribe to your channel. I have 2 shows, Post Game Live, and my other shows are the KOT shows. So definitely check those out and subscribe to the channel.
Yes, sir.
Definitely be here Wednesday.
Yeah, definitely be here Wednesday for the Ian Begley show. BSHT says, yo, shout out to BSHT. The shooter says, what if KD doesn't want AD, might only want Kyrie? Well, then they're going to have to figure it out. Decisions. But they look much better in orange and blue than black and white.
Yeah. If KD comes here and wants somebody, we got to get him. That's the bottom line.
Yeah. BSHT says, what's the trade scenario for AD? I mean, pretty much everybody. You're talking Knox. You're talking R.J. Barrett, the 3rd pick. You're talking a future first, Dennis Smith Jr., and maybe even Mitch. Mitch. More than likely Mitch. We talked to Berman, and Berman said, if you're going to give up your franchise big man in AD, you're going to have to bring home the hometown kid, Mitchell Robinson. Makes sense.
It makes sense logically. I would try my best. I'm like, you sure you don't want an extra pick?
Yeah.
I would try to.
Mm-hmm.
Here's 2 extra picks to keep Mitch. How about that? Can you do that?
Exactly.
I would do that.
Yeah. You're gonna have to put Mitch in the deal. That's just goes without saying. You're gonna have to put Mitch in the deal.
But no, I got extra picks, CP.
It's not gonna work.
Yeah, I want to get like a writer, like a Pelicans writer, yo. That's what I want.
Yeah. I'm working on that too. Working on that from Pelicans Rights. I want to see kind of how the off season goes.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see if we can get somebody from SB Nation.
Okay, we thinking alike. This is why we do what we do.
This is why we do what we do, man. This is why we do what we do. Let's go back to the phone. Sonny, who's been waiting for a minute. He wants to ask about the starting lineup for next season. It's kind of early to tell, Sonny, but what are you thinking?
What's going on, J.Ellis, CP?
How you doing, bro? Good, man.
Right.
Yes, sir. I'm asking about a starting lineup of Beverly, R.J. Barrett, KD, Julius Randle, and Mitch Robinson. And is that possible?
Certainly possible. I don't think I would try to get Beverly and Randall on a 1-year deal, but you got to see what the markets are for those guys. You know what I'm saying, J.Ellis? Beverly could be in demand for a contender.
I must always say you need more shooters than that, man. That's KD's gonna get quadruple team, bro.
Yeah.
Wait,
did he mention KD? I don't think he mentioned KD. Did you mention KD, Sonny, or you just said Randall and Beverly as your acquisitions?
He said, and with R.J. Barrett, KD, and Mitch Robinson at the center.
Okay, yeah, no, you definitely need some more shooting off the bench at least.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I was just hoping that we can keep our young guys, too, while also acquiring that.
Honestly, I see what you're saying.
Well, I mean, wouldn't be terrible. Wouldn't be terrible. But you need.
I don't like the
more.
lineup. I like the pieces I like the pieces individually, but Randall is one-handed and can't shoot. Mitch, I'm hoping Mitch can develop a shot.
You're right.
RJ can't shoot yet either. Beverly is good, and KD, KD's KD.
I would like Beverly as a mentor. I think if you're keeping DSJ, he needs a mentor, man.
I would love Beverly though.
I would love Beverly.
That's what I feel.
Yeah,
I would say that.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And appreciate the call, Sonny, man. Thanks for tuning in, bro.
Thank you. No problem. Anytime. I'll check in again.
Thanks, man.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out also to our Facebook viewers, Periscope, Twitch, wherever you guys are watching from. This is the home of the diehard Knicks fan, man. This is the off-season central post-game live edition. CP from Knicks Fan TV, my man J.Ellis from the Nick of Time show.
Yep.
I don't think Moke is going to be joining us today. But we got more than enough ammunition, more than enough people here to contribute to the conversation. Maybe we'll catch up with Moke another day. Ian Begley will be here Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you hit that subscribe and the notification bell. We'll also do the draft special show with Swinny from Posting and Toasting on the 19th, night before the draft. That's when we'll talk. We'll go all in with the draft. Talk about, obviously, RJ, potential trading down, some sleepers in the second round. And we'll do that with Schwinny from Posting and Toasting, man.
All right. Shout out to Sweeney. He lit my show on fire.
Yeah. That's my guy, man. That's my guy.
I love me some Sweeney, man.
Sweeney's a funny guy, man. But he's a passionate Knicks fan. Very knowledgeable as well, man.
Yeah, I love that. I love anybody who's passionate and curses.
Yeah. that boy, yeah. He could definitely light up a room. That's for sure. All right, I'm pulling up a list of free agents here. Let's take a look. Let's go through this list here. I'm on hoopshype.com, J.Ellis.
Okay.
Let's pull this
list
up here.
I heard it's a crazy 49% of the league is going to be free agents next season, dog.
Next season?
The season coming up, I mean.
Oh, wow.
I think it's 49%. Now, there's only 4 worth really trying to.
Yeah. Well, I go by the 5Ks. The 5Ks,
exactly.
Man. You're talking Kawhi, KD, Kyrie, Kemba, Klay Thompson. Klay is always the afterthought because I don't think anyone thinks there's a chance in hell that Golden State lets him walk out the door.
Yeah. I
can't see it.
He's not going nowhere, though.
Kemba's a little bit surprising to me because it's I don't know if it's is Kemba just saying all the right things to be a good guy here and giving Charlotte every opportunity to jerk him on the deal so he could walk out? Or is he really I really want to be with Charlotte? Kemba, man, what do you
I don't know.
It's Madison Square Garden, dog. Come on, man. Bro, we didn't hear a peep about Kemba, any interest in the Knicks. All we've been hearing is Kemba staying and he doesn't want to be a Knick at all.
I guess so, man. He seems he already took a cut to stay there.
Yeah.
So that kind of shows a little bit of his character already. So there could be something to that. I mean, I would love for that to be the truth. And he's just kind of waiting for Jordan to bury him himself.
That's what I'm saying. Are they just giving him every chance?
Himself. You know what I'm saying?
Say that again?
At the end of the day, Jordan still might bury himself and not offering the money.
Right. Well, like we said with Berman, maybe they meet at a number in the middle. Maybe they meet at a number in the middle, But it's still like, why would you want to stay there for your long-term game? Even if he doesn't come here, go somewhere else, Kemba, man. Kemba needs to be in the playoffs, contending for something.
Yo, man. Like I said this on his, he's just underrated, man. He's a little underrated and underappreciated because of the marquees and the fact that he's a small guard that had to carry a team.
Right.
And he's successfully gotten his team to the playoffs as a small guard.
Right.
Unlike Kyrie Irving.
Right. Hey.
So I'm like, I do feel like he's underrated. And he, like you said, he needs to go somewhere where he has a shot.
Yeah, he deserves it.
He definitely does.
He deserves it, man.
Don't want him to go to Dallas, though.
Yeah. Don't want him to go to Dallas. I see Prezi the boss in the chat says Dallas. I mean, it'd be nice to see, but we don't want those guys having any kind of success.
No, I don't want Dallas to have anything nice.
All right, so let's take a look at some free agent point guards, J.Ellis. Now, if we're talking about a Plan B scenario,
I already know mine. Yeah.
Well, how about D'Angelo? I have no interest in him, but I don't know. What do you think? He had a great year, all-star year. All credit to him on really, reclaiming his career and finding his spot. Can you trust that over the course of a 4-year contract and a max bag? I don't trust it.
Listen, man. I'm sorry. Frank shut him down too many times for me taking serious. Every time Frank played D'Angelo Russell, he had like 1 point, 2 points, and shot like 20% from the field. Yeah. It makes me feel like, I don't know.
I don't know about D'Lo, man. I wouldn't want that to be our consolation prize. It's like, we didn't get Kyrie, but we got D'Lo. I don't know. What do you guys think in the chat, man? D'Angelo Russell, potential free agent target. I don't like that one. Malcolm Brogdon, J.L's restricted. You would think Milwaukee will keep
I don't think you have a shot.
Yeah, nice two-way play though, man. 42% from three. Had a nice playoff. Had a nice run with them. Milwaukee should keep him and build with him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's legit. I don't really see him going anywhere.
Yeah.
And with the way Giannis is, I feel like if anything, Giannis might be his agent in this scenario. He's not letting that guy go nowhere.
Yeah. I'm seeing resounding no's for D'Lo in the chat. I see D'Lo is a snitch.
Hashtag never forget.
Hashtag never forget. Shout out to Chris in the chat for reminding us, J.Ellis. Stop snitching in mellow voice.
It's a fact.
Yeah. Alwyn says he would take him if we sticking with the youth movement. I mean, I'd rather try DSJ and see if we could turn him into something. If we could make him a D'Lo. Goran Dragic, not interested. What about J.Ellis?
He's on the Sweeney list for trade candidates to see if we can get maybe we can get like if you want a veteran who can manage somebody here.
Well, he's got a player option. You would think he would probably take it. I mean, I'm not looking at what the option is for, but he made $18 million last season. I can only imagine the option being around that or a little bit better. So I can't see him leaving Miami to take less, somewhere else. 32 years old. He's had a decent career. Dragic's had a decent career. I think Steve Nash kind of made him. That 7 seconds or less kind of made him a little bit.
Yeah. And he just fell off. He was actually pretty good at one point.
He had his day. He had a couple years stretch. Alex in the chat said he'd take him on the cheap. Okay. How about Rubio? What do you guys think about Rubio? Kind of fell out of favor with the Jazz. I would take him on a 1-year deal off the bench.
He's another guy he's like a nice little stopgate point guard who can really mentor guys like Diaz. I feel like guys like DSJ and show them how to run an offense.
Yes, I would definitely take Rubio as a backup. Yeah, 1-year deal. Remember we're talking about in terms of development of this team, and we're not talking about wins, and we're not talking about trying to impress. Right? We're talking about a Plan B scenario. We may not get what we want, or even as role players for if we do get what we want.
Exactly. Like he's not going to be some all-star, But we get a few solid vets.
Yeah.
We're not gonna have 17 wins. You know what I mean?
Right.
We had 17 wins because we played all kids last season.
Yeah.
All kids in Enos canceled. Like.
Right. I would look at Rubio.
I definitely would look at Rubio as well.
I would give Rubio a look for sure. Derrick Rose, not interested.
Nah.
Scary Terry, not interested for his price.
Scary Terry.
What about you, J.Ellis? What do you think of that? Scary.
I'm not.
I'd be scared.
I'd
be scared to pay him.
Funny. It depends. Yeah, it's not. I actually like his game, man. I like his potential. Like if we're going the potential route, yes. Money though, I don't know if I want to invest the money that he might want.
Not to get him out of Boston. I'm not doing that.
Like the thing about him was he was kind of around triple-double range when he was before Kyrie got there and when the ball was in his hand. So there might be something there. You know what I'm saying? So so depending on the money is what I would say.
Okay.
But I feel like I think he has potential, but like you said, if we're going for potential, then it still might be a problem because we have to end up choosing between him and DSJ anyway.
Okay, interesting. How about Elfrid Payton? 10.7 assists last year, made $3 million last year. Could fall out of favor with New Orleans, depending on if they get any point guards back, whether through the draft or through trade. Think about Elfrid Payton, man.
Yeah, that's another guy that I actually liked. Like he's not a full finished product yet. He's a Scott Perry guy, so I think he would be on Scott Perry's radar because if you remember, I always say this: Moutier was not our first choice. Moutier was the number 2 choice. What happened was we tried to trade for Elfrid Payton. They tried to fleece us by getting multiple picks and Frank Ntilikina. Perry said no. He ended up being with the Pelicans, and he had a few decent games where he got like a few triple doubles over there. But I actually like his potential as well. But then it's still weird because you still have to kind of choose between developing Elfrid Payton and DSJ, and you get into the same scenario as last season where you're trying to figure out who you want to develop first.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
It's still the same problem as getting Rozier here. You will have the same problem as getting Payton. Like I want to actually pick a guard and go.
Yeah, a guard that would know his role right off the grip.
Yeah,
and run with it. I hear you. Good point. Good point. You would run into the same carousel that we've been dealing with for the past few years.
Yeah.
Which only makes things worse, in my opinion.
I almost want like a vet.
Yeah.
A vet and a youngin in every position in my perfect world.
I agree.
Not choosing.
Here's 2 guys, and you mentioned the vets. Here's 2 guys. We talked about Beverly already. I would definitely be on board. How about Darren Collison?
I like Darren.
I feel like we're always interested in Darren Collison. Does he ever have a long-term deal with any team?
No.
Oh my God.
He doesn't.
Darren
he's
Collison,
always
man.
Pretty damn good.
Always steady, man. 11.6 dimes this year for the Pacers. Made $10 million this year. Good for him.
And I think he was a pretty good 3-point shooter, if I remember correctly. I think I did a show about him a while ago. I think he was a pretty good 3-point shooter as well. And that fits all the needs that we really want from a point guard, man. Somebody who's steady, can set people up, play decent defense, and shoot the 3.
I agree. I agree, man. I think Collison would be a decent pickup. Regardless of the direction we going, I think we could use a Collison. Rondo we talked about. I would take Rondo here. Isaiah Thomas, hell no. Unfortunately, he's done, man. Unfortunately, Isaiah Thomas is washed.
That's crazy.
It's over, bro. It's crazy how fast that can happen, right?
I don't even want to believe that.
It's terrible, man. Terrible, man. How about Ish Smith? He's a Knick killer. Remember Ish Smith? He kills us every chance he gets.
Every year he runs around. He just runs in a circle for 3 hours.
Yeah.
And he's so fast, no one can keep up with him.
Absolutely, man.
He's a decent. He's like in my depth chart of point guard. He's like number 4.
Yeah.
If I miss out on Beverly and Collison, or maybe 3. Maybe no, Dallas. It'll be like he's after like Rondo to me.
Yeah, that doesn't really move the needle for me. T.J. McConnell, Yeah, decent. Not really the vet that I'm looking for. I think he's on a more established team. I take him as kind of like that pesky third guard. I feel like Kadeem Allen could do what he could do though.
He always kills us.
Yeah,
that's for damn sure.
Yeah, McConnell kills us. McConnell kills us. Linsanity reunion, no thanks.
No.
Corey Joseph, I like Corey. I like Corey. Cool. He's cool.
Corey's cool. He's done it. He did his thing in Toronto. He's a solid player. I like Corey.
Solid. Brian Basin says, bring back Lynn. Henry's with it. Henry's with it. Teague, I'm not really interested in Teague. I don't know. He's making he made way too much money last
year.
Yeah. And look who's last on the list.
Yeah. I might put him over Ish, maybe.
I would put Teague over Ish. For sure. Teague, I mean, Teague's got to be coming for the right price, and then 1 year deal. 1 year deal, man. And Moutier, the last of the top 20.
Oh, man.
We can always bring back Moutier. Man. Hell no.
Nah.
Hell no, man. Yeah. But that was just plan B from a point guard standpoint. We should definitely do some more of these as free agency comes closer. J.Ellis, we should definitely do some more of these.
Okay.
But that was from Hoops Hype. I know Chris in the chat was asking. I put the link to it. That was from Hoops Hype. They give you their top 20 from each position. So, in that regard, we were just looking at plan B, caretaker point guards that could, kind of help move this team forward.
Yeah.
Nothing more, nothing less.
Nothing more, nothing less. Stop the bleeding. Get to the next level. Establish a culture.
Yes, sir.
Train some of these young guys on how to act in the NBA.
Absolutely. Before we get to the draft talk, let's go back to the phones. Moses from New York wants to talk about Kyrie and KD and the Knicks situation. Moses, how you feeling, bro?
I'm doing fine, thank you. How y'all doing?
Good, man.
All right.
Hello?
Yep.
All right, yeah. So like I was saying, man, listen, before I talk about KD, Kyrie, let me talk about Anthony Davis. I'm not trading none of our players for Anthony Davis because let me tell you why. Not to say I don't want him, but if you really think about it, if you trade for Anthony Davis, it's like you're doing the whole Melo scenario all over again, where you have to give up a bag load of team, a bag load of players to get Anthony Davis, and you have to start all over again. You saw what happened with Melo, right? Yes. So now you don't want that to happen. Now, number two, let me talk about KD and Kyrie. I don't see why Kyrie would want to go to Brooklyn unless it's some private reason. But truthfully speaking, I would prefer to have KD and Kyrie here, and then you put Dennis Smith Jr. You sign Dennis Smith Jr. and all those guys for cheap, understand, and let those guys develop under KD and Kyrie. And number three, I feel that. Well, I'm not hearing too much about Kemba Walker, but what I could tell you is that I know for a fact I would. People would tell me they would rather take Kemba Walker over Kyrie because number one, he's less injury prone. Number two, I think he's a little more cheaper than Kyrie. You understand? And number three, I think with Kemba Walker, he would play well. I think he'll help the team more, the Knicks more, if he comes here with Kevin Durant. And last but not least, if you add 2 20-point scorers to come off the bench, I'm talking about young players, not old players that they've been normally getting, and they've been normally getting when we always end up getting them when they wash. Like Metal, like what happened with Metal World Peace, Jason Kidd, we got them when it was washed.
Glenn Rice.
You got to get these players in their prime.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. No, I was saying like Glenn Rice and whatnot, but yeah, I get you.
Yeah. So that's just my opinion to this team, and then from there I would trust everybody else. I mean, Dennis Smith Jr., man, I would say keep him, give him some time. Like, look, even LeBron said we should have drafted him. You understand? I love to talk about Dennis Smith Jr. because I have a lot of things to say about him. Because if you really think about it, you got to give the kid time, man. Like, to tell you the truth, he came from a tough situation in Dallas. You understand? And then I knew for a fact that he would fit perfectly in New York. It's just that we didn't draft him, even though we had a chance, because Phil Jackson. You understand? I don't even want to mention his name, but the fact that we got him, if you bring a star player like a Kyrie or a Kimba, even though I prefer Kimba, you put Dennis Smith Jr. at the 2. I think Dennis Smith Jr. will be more effective. Will learn faster and will grow faster while having Kyrie or Kimba at the 1. Now, I don't know if you agree with me or not, but I think I agree with what I'm saying. So thanks for taking my call.
Appreciate you, Moses. Right. Appreciate the support, man.
I will say this about the mentor thing in particular. I'm not sure what type of mentor Kyrie is.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Not banking on Kyrie being a mentor.
Yeah.
Kemba, maybe. I can see that. I can see Kemba being a mentor. But yeah, he's pretty much, spot on about some people didn't want Kyrie here, but they want Kemba because he seems like he would fit. It's less worry about there being drama.
I think so. I mean, injury risk, check the box.
Right.
Leadership, check the box.
Right.
Pressure, check the box. Both of them are clutch.
Yep.
I check the box there. I think I maybe gives Kyrie a slight edge. But Kemba had he had a career year this year, man.
Yeah.
You can't. I can't discredit him. Let's go to appreciate the call, Moses. Let's go to Utah, J.Ellis.
Okay.
Let's talk to Orlando from Utah. I want to talk about Kyrie and Kemba. Orlando, what's going on out in Utah, man?
Hey, what's going on, gentlemen? I'm just out here trying to make $1,
There it is.
Driving.
Of course, man. Be safe on the road, bro.
So, I just want to, first-time caller, I just want to say, the last caller, man, fascinated what he said because I think he hit the nail when he talked about Kemba Walker. I think Kemba Walker's upside is ridiculous. I think, on a personal note, Kyrie's kind of toxic. I don't think he's ready for New York. I personally don't feel like it. I think David Fizdale can work with Kemba more than with Kyrie. And I think the other people will rally around that. You know what I'm saying? If Kyrie doesn't get what he wants, he does a tantrum. And New York will crucify him. All media will crucify him. And I don't think he can handle that on a personal. And I think it would treat KD to come to New York because KD is not going to buy himself to New York. Everybody got to understand. KD, he wants the ring. He wants more rings. He wants to cement his legacy. He got to do it in New York, man. New York will open the doors for him, and you know what I'm saying. And he'll be more of a vocal leader playing for the Knicks. When Kyrie, and I think they'll clash heads when things don't go right. I think with Kemba, I think he's more of a player to facilitate KD to get over that hump. I don't know if you guys agree with me, but I think the analyst that the previous caller did, it was just right there. I agree with it 100%. I don't know how you guys feel.
Okay, appreciate the call, Orlando. I mean, listen, as far as, upside with Kemba, I think you're seeing it right now, and guys in the chat, he's hit his ceiling, and he's a good damn player.
Yeah.
Kemba's a good player, man. I think a lot of times it gets overshadowed because his team stinks.
Yeah.
I think they're still waiting for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist to be the next Scottie Pippen, J.Ellis.
Nope.
They're still waiting on MGK to turn things around. The team stinks. They picked Cody Zeller with the 4th pick in the draft.
Yikes.
Terrible, man. Terrible. But
don't do it, Kemba.
Terrible pickup.
Don't do it, Kemba.
Don't do it, Kemba, man. Flee and get out of there.
Come home.
Get out of there, man.
Come home, Kemba.
I think I like Kemba, man. I would take it. I've said it. I've said it from the beginning.
You said it earlier.
I would take it. I can't believe he's hitching his wagon to it. But hey, listen, I hope he gets as much money as he can get. He deserves it for his loyalty, for his dedication to the team, for his durability, and
Yeah, but he's just pretty much guaranteeing that he's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Like they didn't go anywhere, and he was making less money. So you're going to tie up your cap even more,
right?
And then not make the playoffs for the next 5 years,
right?
That's crazy to me.
Hey, to each his own, man. To each his own, Shout out to everybody in the chat once again on this Sunday tilt. This is Off Season Central. CP from Knicks Fan TV. My man J.Ellis from the Nick of Time Show. The rumors was too much for Moke Hamilton to handle today, J.Ellis. I think that's just what it was, man. It was just too much going on.
Yeah,
it was too intense, bro. But
if you don't want you to get in trouble, we'll keep
we'll reschedule with Moke and get him on here. But if you guys are just joining us, Ian Begley, the Kevin Durant of Knicks media. If this was like if there was an equivalency of getting Kevin Durant from the media landscape, we got him.
Max Wednesday night, the Kawhi of
or the Kawhi of Knicks media. We got him. Ian Begley's on the way Wednesday night to calm our fears and address our questions.
Please let us know.
Looking forward to that. Looking forward to that, man. Looking forward to that one.
I can't wait.
Yeah, man. Couple more calls on free agency, then we'll go to the draft. Dion from Bridgeport's up next. Dion, how you feeling, bro?
Hey, man, what's going on, CP?
How you feeling?
J.Ellis, man. Long time listener, man. I don't get to catch y'all live, man, but I love what y'all doing, man. I see the growth too, man.
Appreciate
it's crazy.
It. Thank you,
crazy.
Man. Thanks a lot, bro.
Yeah, no doubt. Now I was calling because I want KD. I really want KD bad, man. I hope it work out for us. And I feel if we get KD, then we pull the trigger on the AD trade. But I wanted to talk about another scenario if we don't get KD. I wanted to talk about, like, us bringing in, like, for the right price, of course, but, like, a Tobias Harris and re-signing DeAndre Jordan as mentors. Like, you know what I mean? For the young guys, like, because, we have RJ and we'll have Knox, which are, you know what I mean, Swiss Army swings. So he'd be a great mentor for those because, he a pro's pro. And then, keep letting DeAndre Jordan work with Mitch and get him right. And as far as like DSJ, I like DSJ. I like Trier. I love Frank, but I don't think he's gonna work out. There's too many dogs in that guard locker room. So I would say like bring in like a assistant coach full time, not like a consultant, but like like a Cian Cassell situation.
Yeah.
For the guard development. And I really think like if we don't do that, that's the way we should go. Like just bring in, like a Tobias Harris, DeAndre for the right price, both of them. Sell them on, being a part of a team that could, maybe we get the 8 seed, 7 seed. We really build the culture and we move like that.
What's your thoughts on Tobias, J.Ellis? Thanks for the call, Dion. What's your thoughts?
On Tobias, I like Tobias, but I don't like him for no max, man. Like, I don't want to do that. Like, even if we do get KD, like I still don't.
Yeah,
like,
I'm not. Where would he play? You would play him at the 4?
I guess. What, KD at the 3? Tobias at the 4, but I don't want to do that. The lowest I'll go with Jimmy Butler because I actually like Jimmy Butler's game. It's more his age that worries me than anything.
Mm-hmm.
But I would go with Jimmy Butler. And as far as guard development staff, I don't think we have a development staff that's pretty all right. And they've done. I mean,
they could have done better with Howard Isley. I'm kind of glad he's gone. I didn't like he brought bad energy to this team. I didn't like that.
Oh.
The assistant coaches is overrated. But Howard Isley was here during some bad years. We don't need that kind of karma, man. Start fresh.
Let it go, CP. Let it go.
Bring Rod Strickland in here or something. If he's busy right now. Bring Rod Strickland in here or something. Howard Isley, I was always looking out at the corner of my eye on that one.
I feel you. I'm just saying, as bad as Moutier was able to finish well and finish his layups for the first time ever in his career.
Yeah. And
got the hitch out of his shot.
Mm-hmm.
And I think largely that was because the development staff really worked on his game and got those things working. Mm-hmm. Now he has more to work on, but I think the development staff for the guards are fine here.
Mm. Yeah, good points. Good points on Moutier. Shout out Fraser Coleman in the chat. When we were talking about Begley being the KD of Kawhi, he said Mark Berman is the Curry, the Eddie Curry. Oh man, shout out Fraser, man. Gotta have a good laugh, man.
I would say curry chicken.
Gotta have a good laugh. gotta have a good laugh, man. Let's go to. Let's kick it into the draft. Little bit of draft news this week. RJ comes in tomorrow for his workout.
All right.
Workout with the Knicks. young RJ. I like this
All right.
kid. I like this kid's demeanor, J.Ellis. I like his
Yeah,
swag,
I like his
man.
demeanor. I like his demeanor.
I
too.
like his swag, Maple Mamba, man. Bring him here, you know. I like what he's. I just like what he's mentally. He just feels like he can do well here. Talk is cheap.
Yeah,
I just have a good feeling with him.
He's what Clyde would say. What, unflappable?
Yeah, that's how he comes across. You know, that's how he comes across, man.
Do it more in crunch time in the game, but
yeah, we'll see.
I like his demeanor.
We'll see. And, you know, they asked him, you know, Stephen A. and those guys, Rachel Nichols, how he can handle the pressure in New York. He said, listen, I'm built for it. The line that I love from him, he said, pressure is when you don't know what you're going to eat.
I've heard that line so many times this month.
I like that. I like that from the kid. 18 years, I like that wisdom from the kid, man. He comes from a good home, parents from New York, grandparents from Jamaica. They know about that hard work, man.
That's cool, but he got that from Damien. Damien just said that, man. Copyright, so don't copy me, dog. Like, he just said that like a month ago.
Whatever,
when it was
man.
like, yo, how was it hitting that pressure shot from, pressures when you don't know when your next deal's.
RJ's agent wrote that down, like, say this.
Yeah, definitely did.
Say this when Stephen A. grills you.
Yeah. I mean, I still like RJ's demeanor in the interview in general. Though.
Yeah. Me too. Me too. I like what he's saying so far. Jared Culver came in for a workout this week.
Yeah.
Young Culver came in for a workout this week. And he's, they interviewed him. He says he's the best two-way player in the draft. He says he's an elite defender. J.Ellis. So I think for the most part, just kind of checking the pulse of the fan base. I think, more people are higher on R.J. Barrett, but there's some who like Culver, man.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts?
I like Culver as well. Over RJ, no. Although for a time, I was definitely considering a Culver over RJ situation, just because I don't know. Culver went on this tear when he was just rolling, and he couldn't be stopped, and he was super efficient, and he was running his team. And I just like what he brought to the table. I mean, there's something to be said about your team going to the finals led by a guy who went under the radar. You know what I'm saying? So you can't take that away from him. He does have concerns. He does have concerns, like the shooting and the explosiveness on the first steps and creating room on shots and things like that. But I mean, he has some nice things going for his game too as well. I definitely love the defensive side of the ball from him. I love his IQ, and I love that he's just going to put the effort.
Yes, he seems like a tough kid, man. I like his mindset as well. Definitely a two-way player. I mean, listen, Texas Tech, he was a large part of the reason why they got to that championship game. Now, Hunter ate his lunch when he got there. That's one game. I don't put that against him like how most people put it against him in terms of drafting him.
He had a few games leading up to the championship. I mean, they were won. To their credit, they won. They still won.
Yeah.
But he had a few games leading up to that championship game where I was expecting a little more, and I did.
Yeah. Yeah, he did taper off a little bit in the last few games, Final Four and the like. He did taper off a little bit. 32% from three. Obviously, you want to see that get better. Spencer's strengths. This is Spencer front office. His strengths, he noted all-around game on offense, two-way high IQ player, strong legs, long, ability to switch is a strength. His weaknesses, Spencer pointed out, is shooting form, top-end athleticism.
Yeah.
That was Spencer's breakdown. Shout out Spencer front office as well. That was Spencer's breakdown of Culver.
Yeah, that was my biggest concern with him is the top end athleticism. The things that were working in college, when you go to the NBA and the guys are kind of like stronger and faster, like I'm not sure if he's gonna be able to create enough space and score over these NBA guys like he was in college. That's my biggest concern.
Yeah.
But, he has a chance to be a pretty good secondary scorer in the league.
Yeah. I mean, from what I've seen, I think he certainly has the tools. I think also there's something to be said about our inability to defend on the perimeter, man. And you look at teams, you gotta have some strength, whether it's your point guard or your two guard. One of them guys got to keep somebody in front of them. You know,
that's one of the impressive parts of this game. Like I remember watching, he closed down a shooter and blocked his 3-point shots, which we all know is it's not the easiest thing to do to block 3-point shooters. But
yeah,
when he locks in, he can make it difficult for some people.
Yeah, that's one thing. I mean, listen, I'm RJ all in right now, but I think you could certainly make a case for Jared Culver. I mean, look at what Toronto's doing on the perimeter. Van Fleet, they even had to start Van Fleet in game 4. They made that adjustment. They started Van Fleet in the second half on Steph to harass Steph. Danny Green does a good job. No, not lockdown. Of course, you're not going to lock down Steph Curry ever. But these guys are good, capable defenders. You had Brogdon in the Milwaukee series.
Yeah, he's one of those guys where he's one of those guys like he can definitely do that. If you're not looking for him to be the number one scorer, he can be useful for your team. Because then you can just kind of play off the other guys and be counted on to play defense.
Right. Agreed.
But it's just like getting it at 3 is like it's so weird because you want a guy kind of you hope can create his own offense.
Yeah.
That high at 3. So to take him at 3 is like, man, I see why. I see the potential, but
you still want that star power. Yeah, you still want that star power. I think that's why RJ's the lead guy. I mean, the thing I like about RJ, I like a lot of things about him. Leadership, goes unsaid. But listen, the guy's ready for the pro game. I mean, playing for Team Canada, playing on the AAU level, playing at Duke. I mean, this guy has played at the highest levels, at each rung. The guy, he has that experience. He can come in and contribute right away, even at 18. Taking his lumps, but I think he can certainly contribute.
Yeah, he can certainly contribute. He just has to be coachable, because he has a tendency to have the tunnel vision, but he has that dog.
He has that dog, man. He has that dog.
He has a lot to work on too. There's a lot of question marks in this game.
For sure.
I'm not sure it's going to translate to the NBA level.
For sure.
Because he's like he relied on a lot of his size to finish over the top of smaller players.
Right.
And
not going to get that at the next level.
Either.
Not going to have that at the next level.
Mm-hmm.
And here was Spencer's breakdown of him. Spencer said, strengths, prototypical size for a 2, good passer, does a nice job getting into the paint. Weaknesses, he says, is his shooting. Only 30% from 3 last year. His off-ball defense, pick-and-roll defense, which is a weakness for a lot of guys, obviously. Finishing ability and forcing shots in and around the rim. Forces the issue a little bit, is what Spencer, his scouting breakdown.
Yep.
So let's see. Yeah, let's see, man. Everybody's got holes, man. Let's go to Brooklyn. Jay from Brooklyn, he wants to draft Hunter over RJ. Jay, how you feeling, bro?
Yeah, what's going on, man? What's going on? East New York in the building, you heard?
East New York. Shout out Uncle Murder and them.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. I'll be watching the show. I just don't be catching y'all live and all of that, but I'm always watching, man. Y'all do a good job.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for the support, bro.
Yeah, man, but honestly, I don't really like to do the speculation. I like to go along with what I hear the guys say in the organization. Fizz and Steve Mills and those guys, they like positionless, tough guys. You know what I'm saying? DeAndre Hunter and P.J. Washington, those 2 guys fit that mold. You talk about guys that could guard multiple positions, shoot the ball well, defend. They do a little bit of everything. R.J. Barrett, he's cool. He's a good guy. But I don't know if he really got that dog in him too much. I don't know.
J.Ellis.
I'll say this, about Hunter, and I think I said this before. To me, DeAndre Hunter fits best with the Knicks. As far as, if we end up getting the dream scenario of Kyrie and KD, to me, DeAndre Hunter is a guy who is a 3-and-D guy who's not going to command the ball and can shoot lights out from the
Right. put him in there anywhere.
Right. Taking him at 3 is it's high. It's kind of high to take him at. But I understand why you.
Not to take P.J. Washington at 3. Like, all right, so in the event of the Knicks possibly moving back, because I was hearing that too. If they was to move back, that would be somebody I know that they looking at, you know. But if we was to try to make a trade for like an AD or something like that, I think Hunter fit better with Zion than RJ, because RJ, he kind of got to have the ball to get off. Like Zion, he don't really need the ball too much to get off. He could play off the ball too. You want a guy like Hunter that could knock down the 45% from 3 on average. That's not bad. And he played defense. You know, he could guard the guards, and he played a little bit of like stretch 4 sometimes in college. He was guarding some of the 4s. So that's versatility at his best. You know.
True.
He bullied over too. But 45% is not just good. That's like excellent. That's elite. That's
True.
like
True indeed, man. Appreciate the call, Jay. Yeah, I mean, listen, in the trade down scenario, I would certainly look at Hunter, man. I mean, he certainly picked up his draft stock in the tournament, leading Virginia to that championship. Let's take a look at Spencer's breakdown of him. 45% from 3, 53% overall. That is solid. Averaged 14 points per game at the college level, 15 damn near. Spencer's highlights his strength, super high IQ, unbelievably sound on defense, starts developing an offensive game, long, great frame. Weaknesses, he says, doesn't take enough risks on defense, offensive game still developing, and he's a bit more mechanical, offense and athleticism.
Oh, yeah.
You see comparisons to Kawhi Leonard with this guy, from what I've been reading, in terms of still getting it together, but he could have some, long-term prospects. He could be a player.
Yo, it's crazy because he does shoot mechanical, and he seems like he's such a low-usage player. Just like, yo, you don't think he can create his own shot? But that game, when he played Culver, it seemed like he had no problem creating a shot. And he kind of was like very minimal dribbles, but still got to where he wanted to go and shot the ball well. So I was like, that showed me a little bit of something. I'm not gonna lie. It kind of surprised me how much he kind of took over the game.
Yeah, me too. He had an excellent stretch, man. Excellent stretch in that second half. He dominated. He dominated on the defensive end, knocked down some nice threes, and he won that championship for them, no doubt about it. J.Ellis, so slide over to the middle.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, a little bit. Nah, you good. You good. All right, couple more callers and we'll wrap up. First and foremost, shout out to everybody that's been tuning in, wherever you guys are watching from, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Periscope, whether you're watching now on Knicks Fan TV, Naked Time Show. Shout out to all the viewers, man. You guys, we definitely appreciate the support. The channel is growing. As you see, we got Ian Begley coming in on Wednesday.
Yep.
Channel is definitely growing. Shout out to Valentine Outlaw. Appreciate it. If you guys are new to the chat, leave us with a hashtag new so we can shout you guys out. Shout out to everybody watching from around the world, man. We had Antonio from Puerto Rico called in. We had some viewers from Argentina tuning in. My guy Robin is out there in Canada, Calgary. Global, man. That's what I love the most about this show, J.Ellis, is that it's so easy to tap into people all over the world.
Oh, yeah.
Who want to be more connected with the team, more connected with the fan base. I mean, look at what we're putting on here, man. It's cool stuff.
Yeah, cool stuff. Immediate fan reaction, nice little community, sharing ideas, and console each other when things get tough.
That's it. And then this was the week to do it, man.
That's a fact.
This was the week to do it, One more chat. DJ, I see your question, and we'll get to it. Leslie in New York wants to talk about RJ and Ja Morant. Leslie, how you feeling?
Yeah, I'm all right, man. How you guys doing?
Good, man. What's going on?
Not much, man. I'm on my little break right now. I work for corrections, and I just figured I'd take the time to, chime in, and I'm watching right now.
Where you at, Rikers?
YouTube. So, no. I work for the Department of Juvenile Justice.
Oh, man.
Okay, appreciate you what you do, man. You need a lot of patience for that job.
All right. Yeah. Exactly. But I'll just get right to it. I mean, I heard a couple of callers. The thing for me is this. as a GM, Scott Perry, all these boys, I think that at the end of the day, you have to look at it this way, because you've been hearing talk about with Ja Morant and with the Grizzlies, and then with the whole knee situation going on where he has to clean out the knee. Some say that it may not be a major, thing to worry about, but, there are like little, where there's smoke, there's fire. And so there are some talks that they're saying, oh, well, you know what, they might be leaning towards looking at RJ. And the reason why I'm saying this is because why would they invite him? I mean, obviously you want to do your due diligence. Every team does. But, right out the gate, they were talking about, okay, yeah, Ja Morant, no doubt about it, no question, boom. And now, after this whole knee talk, it's like, okay, now we let's see if we could bring RJ in. And, to RJ's, credit, he said, nah, I want to play for a bigger market, and rightfully so. I mean, why would you want to choose Memphis Grizzlies over the New York Knicks? But my whole thing is this, and I just want to take your take for it, what you guys think. If you're a GM, aren't you going to do your due diligence, because you might not? It might be a hit or miss with Kyrie. With KD, I'm really, really thinking, and I'm leaning, 90% that this guy is going to come our way. There's a lot of things that point to it. His father putting out a tweet out there talking about, I don't know why you got Knicks fans are so upset. You guys got the third round pick, but if you guys knew what I knew. That's a tweet his father, liked, in Twitter. That's telling me, okay, that's something like that. Kevin Durant's agent, New York Knicks fan, has business in New York. He actually bought an apartment on a home in New York as well. So a lot of things point to that. Some people might say, oh, Brooklyn, but I don't see that. But my point is, if you are somebody who is trying to, the GM of the New York Knicks, wouldn't you say, you know what, I'm going to keep plan A, B, and C. So if we don't get Kyrie, I have to shoot for AD. So how am I going to do that? I know that one thing's for sure, the New Orleans Pelicans, they have Zion. They want to keep Zion happy. So why would I want to bring in a Culver or a Hunter, guys like that, when I have somebody that I know Zion loves to play with and has played with, and R.J. Barrett? So if you're in this situation here, and Ja Morant becomes available for whatever particular reason, do you think that the Pelicans would say, hey, we'll trade for what player do you think the Pelicans would look to trade for if R.J. Barrett is not available?
In the draft, you mean to pair with Ja Morant, a rookie? I mean to pair with Zion,
yeah,
a
like
rookie?
For example, if you're a GM of the Pelicans and R.J. Barrett is not available and you're looking to make a trade, and the Memphis Grizzlies ends up drafting R.J. Barrett, now you're stuck with Ja Morant, which is not a bad thing. Do you think at that point in time we're suitors for AD? If we end up having to pick third, if R.J. Barrett is off the board?
Yeah, I think you could still be suitors for AD. I think you can still be suitors for AD. I think pairing Ja Morant and Zion will be a nasty tandem. I think that would be a nasty tandem. So I think, I lost J.Ellis. So I don't know what happened to J.Ellis, but I think for sure, Ja Morant and Zion would be a good pairing. And appreciate the call, Leslie. I think, listen, every GM has to have, I haven't sat in a draft room, but I'm only speculating. Every GM has to have their plan A, plan B, plan C, right? Obviously, if Memphis takes R.J. Barrett off the board, clearly you would have to think the Knicks would be looking at Ja Morant. Maybe at that point, maybe Phoenix attempts to make a trade with the Knicks. I'm sure they have all these scenarios in their head of what they would do. So, as a GM, you got to stay flexible. You got to stay flexible as a GM, man. No doubt about it. And appreciate the call, man. I don't know what happened to J.Ellis. J.Ellis got eliminated from the chat. Let's see where he's at, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat once again. Let's go to Malcolm from Brooklyn. We want to talk about KD, AD, and Kyrie, that trio on the Knicks. Malcolm, how you feeling, man? Oh, J.Ellis is back. How you feeling, J.Ellis?
I'm doing well. Thank you for taking my call.
No doubt, man. What's on your mind, bro?
Hello?
Yeah, you here?
I was just wondering if is there any situation where you think that Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Durant could figure out a way to work out the salary caps and everything to be on the Knicks. Because my thinking is Anthony Davis hasn't won anything in New Orleans. So why would he want to leave a trio like that? Because in my mind, that's automatically at least Eastern Conference Final. Why would you want to leave that to go to an aging LeBron James? What do y'all guys thought?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm sure it would certainly be enticing to come here and play with Kevin Durant and Kyrie. From a salary cap standpoint, a lot of moves would have to be made. You would damn near have to ship half your team off to either New Orleans or to other teams and try not to take back salary because, I mean, you're talking about 3 max players. Then once if you do pull off that miracle, then you have to figure out, okay, how many vet minimums can we throw out to build the rest of a team? You would still need 3-point shooters. You would still need role-playing defenders to make that team even make it to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Do you think that with Anthony Davis being as young as he is, he would say, okay, I would forego a little bit of contract this time coming around to see if we can make a championship team because I'm still young enough to get a Supermax next time my contract comes up anyway?
Yeah, well, he's still on the contract, right, until at least another year, right? He's got another year left on his deal. So I think, the next team that he would sign with, whether it's the Knicks, the Lakers, Celtics, yeah, he can hold off and get that Supermax a little bit later. He's only 25. J.Ellis, you still there? You can hear us, right?
Yeah. I don't know what happened. My internet just dropped out of nowhere.
Okay. All good, man. Now we have Malcolm from Brooklyn on. He was just talking about a potential trade scenario for AD and combining that with Kyrie and Kevin Durant, man.
All right.
Yeah, Malcolm, appreciate the call, man. Appreciate the call. All right, we'll do. We got 2 more calls left, and then we'll wrap up. Once again, shout out to everybody for joining us today. Wednesday is the big show. Ian Begley is joining us 8 p.m. Eastern. Don't miss it. It's gonna be a good one. So definitely don't miss that. Let's go to Richie from the Bronx. He wants to talk about the Kyrie situation. Richie, how you doing, man?
Yo, what's good, bro?
Good, man. How you feeling?
Nah, but I'm doing good, bro. I just wanted to say, don't you guys feel like instead of getting Kyrie, because his media antics and him wanting to pair up with KD and everything, wouldn't you guys rather Kemba? Because how Kyrie acts in the media. He's not having a good year with the Knicks. Now he's going to be acting if the Knicks, because we're in a rebuilding stage, so you don't feel like Kyrie will kind of act kind of like the way he was acting with the Celtics in a way with the media, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was a little, it was a little concerning, can't lie, how he was acting all year with the media and just kind of responding to the pressure in Boston, and they had a good year, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But clearly he wasn't happy there with whatever they was dealing with. So, yeah, part of you would want to lean Kemba from a safer pick standpoint. But I think from a talent standpoint, I would still kind of lean with Kyrie and take my chances. What's your thoughts, J.Ellis?
Yeah, I'm gonna make the same, man. I'd be good with any one of those guys, to be honest with you.
Yeah, facts.
But I'm not discounting Kyrie because of what happened in Celtics. The Celtics organization, they were kind of having problems with their head coaching and some of their assistants, and I think I had a lot to contribute to what the hell was going on over there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I understand though. Like if we get Kemba over Kyrie, I'm good.
Yeah.
With Kyrie, I'm good too.
I agree with that, man. Richie, appreciate the call. All right, last call of the day. Last call of the day is gonna go to Val from Jersey. He wants to say stick with the youth bill, man. He says we don't need either one. Val, how you doing, bro?
Yeah. How are you guys?
Good.
All right.
All right. I'm just saying, listen, we don't need any of those superstars that wouldn't sign with us that we got to trade our team for. Listen, on paper right now, Dennis Smith, R.J. Barrett, Kevin Knox, we have draft picks to find us a nice stretch all around 4. Mitchell Robinson is a couple glasses of protein away from being the best center in the league. Do you guys not realize we already have a super team in the making? R.J. Barrett, Knox, and Mitchell, that's a big three on paper right now. Big three. Think about it. It's a baby big three.
Hey, I would love to see it, man. I would love
We
to see it. You know, from a development standpoint, I would love to see us build to that stretch. These guys are 18, 19 years old, man. They're still babies, man.
We don't know. We don't know. It's possible.
Yo, we know. We see Kevin Knox working. We know R.J. Barrett and Knox are going to keep their sharp steel with I don't know that quote, but steel sharp and steel amongst each other. Mitchell Robinson's going to average 4 blocks. I said it on record. He will average 4 blocks next year. And remember, we have draft picks, and also we can re-sign all these kids over the the luxury tax because we're going to own all their bird rights. We don't need Kyrie. We don't need agent KD who tore his Achilles. I'm putting it out there now. He tore his Achilles. They're just not putting it out there. We don't need Kyrie Irving who's going to break down. He's like a baby Porzingis. They'll break down every 3 games. We don't need them.
He didn't tear his Achilles. Yeah. He practiced today. But I understand your sentiment.
Yeah, appreciate the call, man. Now, listen, I think as we close out, I think there's a good portion of the fan base, like we said, J.Ellis, that will be upset that we struck out. But at the end of the day, there is optimism to be had with this young core, with the flexibility that we have, with the ability to take the cap space and create that into more assets, more draft picks that you might be able to draft a solid player in the draft, get lucky and get your next franchise player. You might be able to package up those extra assets, trade that for a player that can help when these young bucks become stars. You know, there's a lot of wiggle room here, man. So we got to stay the course. You know what I mean? I'm all for the free agency hype. I'm in it to win it. You know, you got to have a chance. Just like the lottery, I'm all for it. But the bottom line is, if it doesn't come through, we'll still be here. You know what I'm saying? We'll still be here, and the development game continues. So don't panic, man. That's the name of the show. Don't panic, man. J.Ellis, let's get out of here, man. Show's on you.
Man, listen, man. All you gotta say is definitely subscribe, like, and all that stuff. I have our show, the Nick of Time show, usually comes on every week, but we're on a summer schedule. So you have not seen the last episode of the Nick of Time show, just head to the YouTube right now and watch my guy Sweeney tell me why RJ sucks and Cobra is the best. It's a great show, very entertaining.
Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it.
All right.
Oh, man. And listen, man, appreciate everybody for tuning in. Moke couldn't join us today. It's all good because Wednesday night, Ian Begley, the blockbuster all-season show, only here on YouTube. This is the only channel where you get Mark Berman of the New York Post, Moke Hamilton when he joins us eventually from the Athletic, and Ian Begley is on his way to address the fan base and all your concerns. Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Hit that thumbs up button for your boys. Subscribe to the channel. Don't miss out. The Knicks Fan TV store is open. Hit the link below to get your merch. If you guys want to join the Twitter and the Discord chat, this is what you need to do. Share this video on Twitter right now with the hashtag PostGameNYK. Once you do that, we will add you to the Discord group and the Twitter chat so we can continue the off-season conversation. If you want to join the other communities, man, we got some good stuff going on. Audio versions of the show are available: Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, Alexa, and Stitcher. So make sure you tune in. You know, some of you guys at work can't watch video. The audio's right there, and all those links are in the video description. Always check the video description when you tune into the show, man.
All right.
J.Ellis, good stuff, my dude. Let's salute some people on the way out.
All right, yo.
Who you got?
Shout out to Enzo. Enzo said we about to get Woj. Shout out to Enzo.
And Woj is next. It's a natural progression, right?
Word. Natural progression, CP. Hey, Woj bomb. Woj is coming on the show. How about that one? All right.
Oh my God.
Speaking into existence. We're speaking into it.
That's it.
Shout out to Enzo. Chris Dotter was good. Sammy Soso was good. Robert Paris was good. Shout out to people in my chat was holding it down. Will from LI always holding it down was good.
Yes, sir.
Earl Cologne. What up?
There you go, man. And shout out to my guys. See you, Justin Areola. What's going on? Slick Nick. T. Williams always in here. Ricky D. What's going on? Frank Matos. Alex Collins all the way in Ireland. Appreciate it. Valentine Outlaw. Appreciate it. Amazement 717. BK 2017. John Talento always in here early.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Much appreciated. Knicks Fan TV Dave. Much appreciated for throwing those highlights together. Sean Richardson, appreciate it. You look like a new viewer, Sean Richardson. Shout out to everybody who called in. My guys from Puerto Rico, my guys from Utah. We had a guy from Utah calling in, man, all over the country, man. So shout out to everybody for tuning in. Remember, Wednesday night, be here 8 p.m. sharp. Ian Begley, tune in. You guys enjoy the rest of the weekend and have a good, productive work week, man. Tune in next time. Peace.